straight down the picking. Shall be using standard. It is a twist, but I don't use this side, I only use this side for obvious reasons. You get much better feedback with that being straight. Just like when you bend a ruler, you can bend it easy that way, but you can't bend it easy that way, and that's what you want, rigid. Just on the side of the keyway, pins are on this side, coming down from the top. So I'm just going to go in, have a fuck about. I'm not in any rush, and to be honest, I couldn't rush it if I tried. It's a really hard lock to pick. I find these ones harder than the actual interactive. So let's have a bash. That was pin 1 outer. That was a slip. Pin 2 outer. Under 3, I had a little bit of movement on my tension wrench, so I'm going to leave 3 for now, move straight back to 4. A little bit more feedback on my tension wrench when I touch 4, so we're going to go back to 5. And I found with this lock it's really easy to overset pins, and the trick is to go through. That was a nice click off 5. Go through and set the best you can, just aiming for the outer pins. And if you come back through and you start to feel that most of them are set, so if you touch them and they're a little bit springy to a stop, then that's a set pin. However, if you go through and one's stuck, it's overset. You'll know it's overset because it hasn't fell back down yet. A key pin shouldn't really stop up because of gravity. It would only stop up if it was stuck in between the shoe line. So the trick is to go through and pick them the best you can. And if you find that you're not getting any feedback of any other pin, inners included, then just let off the tension wrench and you hear a few little clicks and then go back at it. So I'm coming to the point now where, there's another thing as well. You'll find when you're picking the outer pins, you'll get a slight false set. It's usually a good indicator that you should go start searching for inner pins. When you see these false sets when they turn right the way around, you've normally only left with probably one inner pin. So it's acting like a bit of a T-pin, because they're dead thin, the inner pins. The core wants to turn, but because it's stuck on one of them thin inner pins, then you get a really deep false set. And this is no different. This will do exactly the same. I spent an hour and a half before I got the first open, and since then I've picked it probably 6 or 7 times, but it hasn't getting any easier. Doesn't seem to be any route to take in order to remember to make the lock easier to open. It's just one of them locks. Right, so I'm at the thing now where I'm not getting much. I'm going to let off the tension slightly, and you would have heard a little click. So we'll go back through and check the outer pins one more time. 3's a set. Click off 4. Five. 4 is stuck, and he's stuck up there. I'll let off the tension and leave me pick where number 4 is, so I can feel it drop back down. Now he did drop, and now he's in position. So I think it's time to go searching for inner pins. Now that's a flat flag, is what I've been using. It's totally unmodified and it works fine. That's what I aim for the outer pins with. The inner pins, this is modified. I haven't sanded it, I've just put it on my Dremel, so it doesn't look pretty, but it works. And that's the tip, that's the reach inside. So we'll go searching for inner pins now. One tiny little click. You'll know when you're inside a chamber, because if you spin your pick up to touch the outer pin, you just slip it in and you'll be able to wiggle it backwards and forwards just a tiny little amount. If you're finding that you can move it this much, you're in between the two outer pins. The outer pins. And that's in between the outer pin, which is where the inner pin is. So you just go through the full lock, trying to pick off just the inner pins. 2 is where it needs to be. 3 is nothing. Trying to get under. Somewhat reset there when I touch 3. Under 5, nothing. 4, nothing. 3, nothing. 2, nothing. And 1. Right, I'm going to go back and check the outer pins. 1, 2, 3. 3 is definitely serrated, as is probably number 4. And number 2 I picked up on. Nothing off them. Go back in with the smaller flag just to flick about. 2, 3. At the back. So I'm not getting anything. And what we'll do is reset the tension a little bit. You would have heard a click. And the other pins, that's overset. To be fair, them clicks sounded. Now I've just had a little bit of movement on this tension wrench, which means I've probably only got inner driver pins. So 1, click, under 4, nothing, 5, nothing, come back to 2. 1's where it needs to be. 2, and we had a reset. Click off inner driver on 3. Movement on 4. Nothing on 5. 1, 2, click. 3, 4. 5. 2, nothing. Reset just a little bit. That was definitely a serrated pin. One in it. So yeah, you can see how much of a fight it's putting up. It's like this nearly every time I've picked it. I've never picked it under about, I don't know, 15 minutes. And like I say, it does not get any easier whatsoever. Most locks I pick, I'll be able to pick up the characteristics of the lock. But this one is just blank. You're just going in and feeling each pin as it comes. Go click off 2 outer, which would reset. 3, definitely serrated. Nothing on 4, nothing on 5. Nothing on 1, 2, 3, somewhat overset, reset, sorry. 4, 5. 4, nothing, fails in its place, as does 5, to 1, nothing, 2, nothing, 3 a slip, 4's in its place, in the pins here we come. I'll leave 1 this time, 2, add a little click, 3, 1 pop back down there, good bit of feedback straight down the tension wrench when I touch 2. The inner on number 1 is now binding. Click out of him. And on 2. Four or 5. One more time through, and if I don't get a click out of anything, that was a click off 1. I'll be looking to let a little bit of tension off because something must have been overset. The navigation around the inside of these locks is the hardest thing, to be honest. Well, along with very, very high tolerances. The tolerances in this lock, they're phenomenal, like. Back in. Bit of movement there when I touched 1. Click out of 3. That was the inner on 2. For the inner on 3, I had a little click. Four. Click and a good bit of feedback. One's binding inner. Can't seem to set them. Two set inner. 3. 4. 5. Letting off the tension again to see if there's something overset. 3's pop back down, inner. Good set off him. That was 4. One, 2, 3. Outer on 5's pop back down. Couple of clicks off 5. Nothing on 1, no 2. Trying to find 3. Nothing off 4. 5. Click off 1. So not 2, 3, 4, or 5. Turn off the tension slightly. Couple of clicks off 3. Felt like the inner that did. That was 5, that was 4. Can't be far away now. Now there's a very deep false set, which I was expecting, just to be honest with you. Like I said, I wasn't too far away. The inner on 5 set, 4 set, 3. I've come to the front with touch 1. So now all we're looking for is one more pin, and it is not 1, 2, 5 was just a little bit there. This is it. 3. That's the puppy. Open. Well, that was a tremendous fight. Oh dear. But we got there in the end. It wouldn't be lock picking if it wasn't challenging. So yeah, that's it picked. It is key retaining, so I'll lock the shuttle back up. Got to zoom out a little bit. But yeah, lovely lock, really challenging, and holds up to its name really, Mul-T-Lock, for a multitude of reasons. But yeah, tough pick that was. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to show you the key. That's the key. So as you can see, hopefully, doesn't really let you really. These 2 pins here had the inner pin set inside the outer pin at the front of the lock, which is why I kept having to use this. Where the back ones, it didn't matter too much, to be honest, because they're pretty much set. It wasn't too deep, to be honest. But the lock works. It's a little bit sticky, to be honest. If you just put the key in and it's just that little click at the beginning. Maybe there's something wrong with the spring and chamber one, I'm not sure. But it works perfect. It was on loan to us, like I says in the beginning of the video, so thank you very much again, my mate. I'm going to gut it and see what's inside it. I am expecting a lot of serrated pins. Now, to gut this thing, you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, which I have right here. Two screws. So this is the C16, I believe, and this is just the shrouded part which goes over the actual normal lock. But it is sold like this. But you don't, when you buy the lock, you don't have to opt for that. I've just been having a look at them. Right. So maybe I didn't have to do that, to be honest. Been a while since I took one of these apart. Get my Allen key set. I'm sure this part loosens, that goes out, and then you can get out the stuff. There's a dust cover with a little spring on that moves backwards and forwards. I remember a few years ago I uploaded a video, not a video, a post or a thread onto keypicking.com back in the day. So that was the last time I did one, which was, God knows how long now that was. It must be 10 years ago. That was a cracking forum though. These days I haven't really got a lot of time to get onto forums, to be honest. If I'm not picking, I'm working, which is boring sometimes, but what can you do? Trying to find the right size. If that's imperial, then I'm screwed. I can't gut it on camera, which is a ball ache. Sometimes you can get it with a flathead screwdriver. Improvisation across the nation. Put that on one side. I think what I'm best off doing is getting me mat. I was going to use, well I am still, might use my little pin and tray that I made from Korean. Right, so the shackle should come out now. I'm missing somebody here or what? That's it. Put that there, that there, that there. Come out, that should slide out as it does. Should be a dust cover there, you see that? That's where you put the key in there. There's a little spring, brilliant design. That's the keyway. Should be able to take the take that spring out so it doesn't go pinging everywhere, as this loan is on lock. Loan. Get on there. This can go there. Key can go back in. The other things that lock up the shackle sideways when you spin the key. That was the spring. So keep them tight hold of it. So all the pins in this will just come out. Just got to do it gently. Right, so keep the key pins to one side. So the driver pins, that was one. Well, they're all going to be serrated anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 serrated. Like I says, they were a struggle. And then for the key pins, look at this mixed up. In 1, that was 2 inner. Picks. One is serrated with 1 serration. 2 is inner. Standard. I'll take all these out and at the end and give you a close up, just it's a bit of a fiddle like. Three. Inner standard. Outer standard. So far really for the key pins, only 1 is serrated and that's number 1. I'll come out all in 1. Standard in 4. Standard in 5. So yeah, what a fight that lock put up. I was fully expecting it. I'd never picked it fast, really. It was always under half an hour, but if you class that as good, then that's fair enough. If not, I still enjoyed it. Try and line these up so you get some good still shots at the end. So yeah, I mean, Mul-T-Locks is not a lock that you pick up every day, but I've definitely made the effort to do so at least every other day since I got the lock now. I did work away in Sunderland where I didn't really have time, but I managed to squeeze half an hour in on the Sunday morning where it opened the first time. So that's the pins. I'm wondering if I could take them out of there. I'm guessing they're going to be sprung. I wouldn't even know how to take them apart. I don't know if you can take them apart. But yeah, they're the bits that would slide straight into the shackle. If I'm not mistaken. I guess it's been a while since I've took one apart. But that's what they are. And that's the Bible. Really, really strong springs. Some size as well. There's nothing really in the Bible that's worth talking about, to be honest. Nope. Right, I'm going to get this lock back together because it's not mine. I hope he doesn't mind us gutting it. But mate, thanks for the lock. I hope you enjoy the locks that you ended up with from myself. And I'm going on holiday. That's one thing I need to point out to everyone. I'm on holiday from Wednesday. So I'm taking a couple of locks with us. So I'm going to go quiet for the next week or so. I am taking a couple of locks. So if I make a picking video, I will. If not, it'll be a little vlog. So if you like the video, please do me a favour and hit the subscribe button. I try to do 2 or 3 videos a week where I break the lock down like this. I gut it, I pick it, I give you any tips that I can pass on that I've learnt myself. And also follow us on my social media. And I'm also on Patreon. If you want to join me on Patreon, please do so. I'll put some links in the comments below. I am new to Patreon, but why not? Everyone else seems to be doing it, so I put a lot of effort into the videos I do. I edit them all nice, give good pictures. So if you want to become a patron, head over to Patreon. Thanks for now. All put back together. Took about half an hour, 45 minutes with doing all the pictures in between or whatever else. Been a while, but it's working.